I think we might have lost Taylor there. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wild Moments brought to you by explore.org. It seems like the exact moment when you joined us, Taylor got a little frozen. But that's okay because Taylor showed me this really cool little light that she has, and we were miming to each other before as the OTS was playing, and now she's gone. Oh well. She'll be back in a moment, everyone. But welcome, and remember that we're live and interactive. There she is. Hey, Taylor.
Sorry. Hi, everybody. I'm very, very sorry. Poor Trish was going to get the afternoon off, and then, the internet, the story of my life, right? Searching for Signal will be the title of my book, in case you haven't heard me say that before. Sorry, Trish.
Wait, I haven't heard you say that before. That's a good one, Taylor.
Yeah, I even know what the cover of it'll be, like me on a cliff face, silhouetted, like with my cell phone or my computer or something, like searching for Signal. Yeah.
That's a nice one because usually for us guides, it's us silhouetted with our binoculars. So I think it would be really nice to have your laptop or your phone.
I think so too. I totally think so. I'm very sorry about missing everybody. Trish, do you still want to host? Do you want me to take over again?
Please take over. So today I decided to give hosting duties over to Taylor because she's gotten away too many times. But also I've been really, really tired. I'm sure that you can all empathize, but you know that time where you go and visit all your family and you're super excited to see everyone, and then you realize how much it takes out of you. So I just literally arrived back about 2 hours ago. So now Taylor is going to host, so I can sit back and relax and watch all the videos. Go ahead, Taylor.
This is my favorite part about hosting, is that I can just direct all the questions to Trish. She thinks she's getting off, but I've got other plans. No, I'm back. And hello to everybody again. And how do we usually start? With what we're drinking. Normally, I don't have anything, but today I'm drinking coffee out of a flower pot. This is an enormous cup. And I see that there are a few of you that are starting to say hello too. And yeah, NC, you said you've got hot coffee today. Mine's not hot anymore. It's cold. Trish, you've just got sparkling water.
I've got 1 liter of sparkling water. I'm replenishing myself after my family visit.
Oh my
My
goodness.
5-day family visit.
Yeah, that's long. 5-day family visits, actually like 10 normal days. And then we've got April Owl that has joined. Nice to have you again. It is raining in Connecticut. Well, it's raining in Hoedspruit as well. It hasn't been bucketing down as I've hoped for, but it has been a nice steady drizzle and rather chilly. Then we've got Casper's Third Ghost. Happy Thursday, everyone. I always forget that. Actually, I almost forgot that it was Thursday today, but thank you for reminding me. And that you're ready for the frogs and all sorts of other interesting things. Me too. Frogs. Hopefully we'll get some later on in the show. And then Jan Powers, who said, yay, Taylor and Trish is hosting. Yay. We also get very excited about that. And then
Yes.
Sonegro. No.
Osanegro.
Osanegro. Thank you. I'm so sorry. Terrible. Everyone that I'm sitting with now is laughing at me. I'm very sorry. Hello to you. And Andy, you said happy Halloween Eve and National Upliftment Someone Day. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. That is amazing.
Well, Taylor, you uplifted me today.
Really? How did I do that?
Just by showing up for the Africam show. Every time I do these shows with you, I just feel amazing. It's actually the best recovery.
That's you know what? I'm so glad, Trish, and I'm very proud of you for showing up as well today. I mean, we need to hold each other accountable, and yeah, I'm really glad that that you're here today. So the pressure of me hosting, it's like I've forgotten how to do this all of a sudden. But then we've got MG Leopard Spots. Hello. You've got you're enjoying my cold beverage of choice, which is ice water. That's normally my favorite thing to drink. And then, of course, Zygoats here, who says, hello, Taylor and Trishala, and namaste to you too. Oh, all of a sudden, I'm glowing. Like I said, cold, and now I'm having a hot flash. So much fun. But anyways, this, of course, is a wonderful show where we get to watch all sorts of cool creatures that have popped up over the last week. So I think it's time to jump into our first one, which includes a reptile and a couple of mammals. Okay, phew, got the reptile part right.
Yeah,
That's a
I was about to say
crocodile.
that's definitely a reptile. Well done, Taylor.
Yeah, thank you very much. As you can see, professional safari guide. Been doing this for years and years. Oh, that's nice and close. Oh, there's another crocodile right at the back behind the zebra. They're
Yeah.
surrounded.
I love how some animals they just if there isn't a confrontation, an immediate confrontation, they're just like, yeah, I'm here. Deal with it.
Listen, if I were a crocodile in shallow water like this, I think I'd be quite nervous of a zebra just because of how powerful they
Yeah.
are. And can you imagine being jumped on or chopped at by those hooves? Not
Oof.
for me. Deep water, of course, the crocs have got the upper hand, and I suppose in the shallow
Yeah.
water too. But these don't look that big. Oh my gosh!
No, and
As soon
also
as you,
the panic that zebras can go through. Like you've got a group of zebras here. They suddenly panic and trample all over you. Mm-mm. Dicey.
oh look, here
Oh,
we go. Oh, oh, there
just
we go.
like that.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what you don't want to happen, and that would most certainly hurt. Even though crocodiles are, they've got really tough scales all over their body, that skin is so thick in certain parts. That would not be very nice. Did you see that
No,
tiny little croc as well? Just like zip out. I didn't even see where it come from.
it it reminds me of, um, you have siblings, Taylor, or not? Yeah, you
I
have
do
siblings.
have a little
Yeah.
child. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And when you're rough playing and somebody steps on your arm or something like that, and then they catch your skin, but it's
Mhm.
like, especially on your thigh, and they get the muscle and the skin, but they avoid your bone. It reminds me of that when the zebras go onto the crocodile. Yes, their skin is super armored, but it's still gonna pull here and there with the zebra hooves.
Yeah. No, really, really, really not going to be nice at all. And if any of you have ever been kicked by a horse before, it's not particularly pleasant. I've been kicked, unfortunately, many times.
Please
I
go ahead
never
and tell us about that, Taylor. I didn't know this about you, but it explains a lot.
Did you not? I wasn't equestrian. I rode horses competitively for like so many years of my life. So I've been surrounded by horses. So I've been bitten. I've been kicked. I have been thrown off. I have everything that you can think of that a horse could possibly do to a person. It's happened to me like 10 times over. And in fact, I have also been bitten by a zebra when I was much younger. I'll share this too. Yeah, it's not nice. And obviously, I don't condone touching and handling of wild animals unless it's because of veterinary interventions. Anyways, but a zebra foal had died on a friend of mine's, a zebra mother had died on a friend of mine's farm. So they raised the foal, but it still was like sort of free roaming. Anyways, this thing was maybe a year coming on to a year and a half years old. And I thought, oh, pet the zebra. I'm a animal person. And it bit me and would not let go. And that was hands down one of the most painful and embarrassing moments of my life. So yeah, that wasn't fun. 10 out of 10, don't recommend getting bitten by anything or kicked by anything in the Equidae family. So yeah,
Why does this not surprise me though somehow? Like you're saying this, yes, it's surprising to hear, but at the same time, it's not surprising that you got yourself into that situation.
nope, not even. I don't touch wild animals anymore, as you can imagine. I keep well away. I've got lots of embarrassing stories of how I have been knocked over and did some really stupid things when I was much younger, but thankfully I am grown now. I'm just seeing to see if there's any more questions coming through. No, it doesn't even look like it. That was just a rather entertaining sighting.
Hmm.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. And I did like that the zebra did exactly what we were saying. So, that's always, I'm
Yep.
going to give that a tick. Yeah, we got that one
Yep.
right.
Well done.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm going to give us a 9 out of 10 for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a
Right.
good one.
But
I have a
it
little
was good.
thing that I'd like to, if I were the crocodile in that situation and I saw this herd of zebra coming through, I would try to preemptively move away. Why do you think that? Because this is something we see in crocodiles a lot. They just stay put, even if there is a potential risk lurking very close, but they just don't move away.
I mean, we can dive into the three basic defenses of well, just people and animals in general, but I don't think it's that. I don't know. Like you said, I think they're just stubborn, and maybe they're just like, well, maybe if I just stay here, they know I've been lying here on the embankment. It's not like the zebra didn't know they
Yeah.
were there, and hope that they would jump over. But no, I mean, we watch little hippos all the time, right? How they sneak up
Yeah.
to the crocodiles sunbathing on the embankment and they just do not budge. And then
Yeah.
when those little hippos just, nibble on the tail, then they sort of move. But not in a hurry.
Yes.
Not in a hurry at all.
And
Crocodiles
I
are
think
funny creatures.
and I think that this one moved in a hurry at that last moment only because it was so little. I reckon if it
Yeah,
was a big one, it would have had the same kind of very defiant attitude of, oh, okay,
yeah,
I'll just swing my tail out of the way.
exactly. You can see why they do call young crocodiles snappy, though. Not
Yes.
sort of flailed and yes. Oh, I see here Zygote has said that anything is possible with me because I'm prone to all sorts of things. Yes, I don't know. Stuff just happens. Sometimes it's not real. I think people think I make up a lot of stuff, but I need to have like a camera all the time. But anyways, enough about me and my constant mishaps. We're gonna go across to the second clip of the day, which is something that I've been looking forward to seeing. Oh, that's a light. I was very confused for a second, and that's a rodent. Is it a
It looks like a
gerbil?
little, I don't know, it looked a little ratty, but it's a bit too small. Oh, it's a gerbil.
I think it looks like one of those
Yeah.
bushveld gerbils. It's got a very long tail.
Yeah, and a very triangular face, more so than a normal. I know a mouse also has a triangular face, but gerbils have a very triangular face.
Oh, here comes a predator, one that we don't think of very often. I love genets. And this is I'm just looking at the tip of the tail. Is that a black tip of the tail?
Yeah,
A
it's a
large
black
spot of
tip,
purple.
large spotted.
Yeah. So if it was a lesser spotted genet, then we would see the white tip on the edge of the tail, in case you were wondering. Trish, I've had
Oh,
some
don't leave
amazing
it
sightings.
in the water.
Where is it? Is that it in the water?
Yeah,
What else is moving? Oh, maybe a terrapin.
I think it's a terrapin.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. That is rather risky of this little rodent to end up in the water like that.
Oh, I'm so rooting for this guy.
Oh, me too. Look
So
at that nose
sneaky
and
and
those
clever.
ears are working
Yeah.
overtime.
This is a very cool thing to have caught on camera. So well done to the zoomie here. Like, oh,
That was
sorry.
pretty cool. No, Trish, I know, yeah. Trish and I were both looking like that just now. I wanted to, Trish, have you ever seen genets hunting before?
I have, but not where I get to see the end. So I've
Okay.
observed them and then seen them like, do the hop, and you can see they're
Mm-hmm.
clearly hunting, but they're in the bushes and I can't see what they've gotten.
No, fair enough. So I have been fortunate. I've seen genets hunting all sorts of things, and they're amazing. And it's so funny because when you're out in the field, especially when you're walking, you actually see lots of signs where genets have actually fed on something. A lot of time in the vehicle, we don't get to see it, but you'll often see feathers up in trees, and down below. Of course, it can be a bird of prey, but a lot of the time, I find it's more genets than anything. I've seen them eating reptiles, but one of my favorite sightings is a private game reserve up here in the Lowveld. There was a fever tree growing, but it had a beautiful trunk and then it kind of forked out. And there was a
Yeah.
genet that would sit in the fork of the tree, and it was about 1.5 meters off the ground. And it would sit, and there was a little runway where at night the rodents would come out and go scurrying. And this genet every single night, or maybe not every single night, but every other night would sit there and wait, and it worked it out. And then once a mouse or whatever it was, rat came running through, it would jump down and grab it, which is quite crazy to see them hunting. But then I have to tell you about the sighting. So again, we look at a genet and we don't think of it as a predator. But there was a sighting, I think it was it must have been the end of last year or early this year, where someone in the Hoedspruit Wildlife Estate, he filmed a genet and it had caught a warthog piglet and up a tree.
What?
I'm
What?
not even joking. So just so you understand how incredible wildlife is and how we can never take any animal and define what it eats because, right, opportunistic. And I couldn't believe that. And this guy actually said in this post, he's like, he heard the warthog squealing at night And so, but he said he could hear it from calling up high. So when he ran out and the genet ran away and saw the piglet in the tree, like, I mean, how insane. I would never have thought that until I saw the video footage and the pictures to go with it.
Because it's also, I mean, large spotted genets are not big animals. They're
No,
maybe at most 2 kgs, right?
yeah,
They're
maybe.
small,
Mm.
and they're taking a little piglet up the tree. But then I'm wondering, what was their kill shot?
So I think from the photos, it looked like it had grabbed it by the scruff of the neck. And it's funny because my cat, she's tiny. Um, she does the same thing when occasionally she'll catch a big mouse, but she's little and she grabs it by the scruff of the neck. And then you can imagine they're normally quite fat and the legs do that. So this little piglet was still kind of pink, so it was new, and the pigs had been sleeping and denning underneath a wooden deck, which is quite common to see out here. But I just think that that's still amazing. Obviously, had it worked it out, gone in, grabbed it quickly, and a pig that size is pretty helpless and probably half asleep, probably asleep. So yeah, I mean, it's just such a crazy sighting. So I hope we get many more sightings of genets hunting
That
things.
is so crazy. I feel like genets are one of those animals I would love to have more sightings of, because
Yeah.
every time we see them, it's so fleeting. Um, I've seen once a little genet, but not like brand new baby, but just a little one that was with its mother. But it's so quick, and I'd love to spend more time with them.
You know, the only time I really had a chance to sit and watch genets is the ones that become more habituated around the camps. Like, not feeding them, but you know, they don't tend to run away. So then you kind of just watch them do their thing. But like you rightfully said, it's normally just a fleeting glimpse. But there are some questions that have come through. JJ, you said that was very clever of the mouse. And would it be using the water as protection? Absolutely. That's why I was quite surprised, because you know, a rodent of that size, it's a gerbil, that goes into the water is so vulnerable to many other predators in the water. But also, Trish, what do you think about with the temperature fluctuations at the moment? You know, something like a mouse like that going into freezing cold water, could that, if I mean, okay, I know it's pretty temperate out in this area, but how could that affect that mouse too, especially now with these
Um,
sudden cold drops?
I definitely, and I'm so glad you brought that up as well, because they have such a small mass compared to the surface area, so they have the opposite problem as elephants. So they're losing heat very, very, very quickly. And as well, this is a gerbil who's out at night, right? So already they're gonna have to compensate for the evening temperatures and then go into cold dam water, which for some reason is just colder than any other type of water, except maybe the beach in Cape Town. But that it would definitely affect it. But when it comes to you deciding between being a little sluggish because things are slowing down in your body because your temperature is dropping, or being eaten by a genet, I think surviving always trumps that. And those temperature fluctuations are never going to be so large in a short period of time to actually kill the gerbil. You know, it's going to be
Okay.
momentary and it's going to be significant, but it's not going to be enough to kill the gerbil. So it was a good move.
And then Jim Jam wants to know, Trish, if a terrapin would not, why wouldn't a terrapin go for the gerbil?
You know, I don't know. Because now you're telling me about this genet that took a warthog, right? So I don't think that the terrapin would have specifically avoided the gerbil. I think if it was a hungry terrapin, they're omnivorous as well. So if it was a hungry terrapin and the gerbil was in the wrong place at the wrong time, if the gerbil suddenly went too far and drowned, that terrapin would be on it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I'm just not surprised anymore. So
Yeah.
I'm very skeptical to give an exact diet of what something eats after all what we would, I suppose, deem strange and unusual, but they don't see that. They just see it as an opportunity to eat, but quite special. And then Zygote actually mentioned that you've seen a rodent climb up to the top of the tree, almost right to the tip of a branch, and you couldn't figure out what was going on until you saw a cobra on the ground. That's amazing how their senses work and how they just get out of there. Sure. I haven't ever seen that before. But that's pretty spectacular to go and hide around up top.
I mean, rodents are pretty special, especially the very small ones, because, you know, porcupines are also rodents and they're definitely not as agile. But these small gerbils and mice and rats, it's amazing how agile they are, how quickly they can move about, dart into small spaces, and they're so hyper aware. You know what would be really cool, Taylor, is to know what their biochemistry is like. Do they have like super high cortisol levels and free radicals in their blood? Because
Yes.
don't they react very,
Yeah.
very quickly.
No, exactly. I'm trying to think of an example of a person that could probably be a rodent. That's an amazing test. Surely someone has done a study on that. I'm literally just making a note.
Yeah.
I've got my exam pad. I feel like I'm in school and I'm making notes of things I need to research. So that's something I'm definitely going to have a look at. You know, it's not necessarily something that I would have thought of. Yeah, that must
But you
be
know
very
what?
stressful.
I can get some if I can someone can find me a rodent, I can take a blood sample and I'll take it to Lancet and just say it's mine. Please can you check the cortisol levels and my free radicals, please? I want to know how
Yes.
stressed I am.
And then all of a sudden, people will rock up in a van in hazmat suits and whisk you away.
Yeah,
And then I'll have to find someone else to host the shows with me. Please don't do that. I'll just say it's my blood.
it's just
Mouse girl. I don't know. Mouse woman. Yeah. Anyways, that could be your Halloween outfit for tomorrow, Trish.
oh
To
yeah,
see little
it's
ears.
me,
Yeah, yeah.
house
Yeah.
woman.
Very mouse woman. We'll come up with something much better though. Um, yeah, next time I'll come up with your
Next
superhero name.
time.
That was quite nice. What is the time? I have
Yeah.
to check. 22 minutes past 4. Okay, we've still got 2 more clips, so let's see if we can get through them all. We're going to head to Victoria Falls Safari Lodge and see what's happening in the water.
Oh, old boys club here.
Oh, how the
Look at this.
tables have turned. Did you see the little crocodile?
Was that a little crocodile?
Yeah, it's the thing that looks like the log.
Oh, there we
That
go.
was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah.
Shame I did it because they're going for the frogs. Oh,
And
oh, there's
the
some fish.
fish.
Yeah. But imagine being a huge, you know, a marabou stork. I was so disappointed to hear that it's a similar height to me. Now, when I say similar, I mean within 5 centimeters.
Oh my goodness.
Um, and then you're going and you think it's just another fish bobbing about. It's a whole bloody crocodile.
It's the whole crocodile, exactly. I'd be terrified if I was in the water there, right? Just surrounded by these enormous birds that kind of resemble the Undertaker. What has that got? Is that a snake or is it a piece of vegetation? No, it's a snake.
Was it a snake?
I don't,
Because it
unless
wasn't.
someone's got a shoelace. I don't know what that is, but it looks like it's wiggling around quite a bit. How's
But
this?
it's
What
looking
on
very
earth?
stiff.
Yeah, I mean, but firstly, what on earth is going on in this pool of water that there's just so much life? I suppose everything is drying out and maybe they haven't had as much rain just yet.
Yeah.
But how's that fish? And then we've got the crocodile. And I don't know, it did look very stiff, so I'm not entirely sure what that actually was. That
Can
it
we
was.
see that can we see that clip again? It was a nice short one, but they did seem like, you know, when you see these videos and you have to look at a different place each time because there's so much going on.
Oh,
Oh,
oh my gosh, it was the crocodile that went for the marabou.
yes.
Did you see?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was
Mouth
incredible.
open and everything.
Well,
And then we've
biting
got
off a bit more than an inch. Here we go. Watch again. Hiya! That is what a brave little crocodile.
And there's a
Here I was,
successful hunt going on the right there.
yeah, literally here I am thinking, okay, maybe it's the marabou's eyeing out a young crocodile because they would not say no to a croc.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, that is fascinating. That was so interesting. But yes, marabou storks would be one of the biggest threats to young crocodiles, especially when they've hatched and dispersed into the water. Oh my goodness, look at it. It's not saying no. You started it, little crocodile.
Well, they started it, Taylor, for coming into his base.
Oh, yeah, sorry, my apologies.
He hasn't learned that it's shared yet. But how little is that crocodile? My goodness.
It's not
Okay, here
big.
we go.
Oh, here's the
Okay, so
thing.
there's the kink. See, can you see that kink is very obvious at the top there? Oh, but it
It's
is
moved.
really
That's a snake. That's a snake. I'm sure that the head was at the bottom before because I thought I could see it wiggling.
Oh, I see what you mean. There's a little dot at the bottom, which could be the head.
Yeah. And then the way that it was kind of, I
Yeah, yeah.
think that I don't believe that that's someone's shoelace. Not for a second.
Taylor, you are the person who said, is it someone's shoelace?
I just wanted to see if you were concentrating. Good luck at that.
That's a mighty skinny and long snake, though.
Yeah, it was a very long and thin snake. But it's snaky weather now. Speaking of
Yes.
snakes, my cat Turtle last night gave me a heart attack because we were sitting inside, and the next minute, Tracy erupted and said, "Snake!" So I leapt up off of the couch, and we have a catio, an outdoor area for the cat so that she cannot demolish all of the wildlife outside. And a small snake had come in and she had it. And I had a heart attack because it looked exactly like a young Mozambique spitting cobra, like quite a kind of short, very much a coloration. And
Yeah.
then I kind of grabbed it by the scruff of the neck, and the snake off of the snake went. And when I found the snake again, thankfully it was a reticulated centipede eater. So, but they look very
Wow.
similar. Like it's a hatchling, like that thing's just, straight from the egg. Um, so yeah, so it looked exactly like the Mozambique spinning cobra. I had a heart attack, but yeah. Anyways, that was my snake moment yesterday. But that was a really interesting clip. And
And sorry, just to go back to Turtle and the snake. Um,
yes,
how did Turtle react to the snake?
oh, she loved it. She thought it was a
Yeah.
great time. So yeah, we didn't actually see it happening. She comes in at night, purely for this reason, because we can't stop all the bugs. Oh, and there's lots of, I've got so many stories to tell you. There's lots of members in the beetles in the Anthea genus. So they spray, like a noxious fluid. And I got sprayed by one. I was rescuing it from the swimming pool, and it thanked me by spraying me in the face. It was terrible. 10 out of 10, don't recommend.
Wait,
So
how
we
far,
try and,
how far are they spraying? Or where were you
well,
holding it?
I'd say about 2 rulers length away from me. I had it on a
Oh,
stick. Yeah, not happy. And it burnt my nostrils. I swear I don't have any hairs in my nostrils anymore. Um, yeah, it was really, really potent. I also sneezed like 10 times afterwards. Anyways, so but the snake was also fine, in case you're wondering. Cat didn't kill the snake. It had a tiny, small little wound on it, but superficial. It'll be okay. But turtle goes for everything. So it's rather stressful, as you can imagine. But a
oh,
marabou stork would not be worrying too much about a snake with that long, very powerful beak.
no, but I have to tell you a quick cat story.
Yes, I'm
So,
listening.
if you've never been to Durban or you don't know where it is, it's a very bushy place. There's lots of bush, but a different type of bush to what you get in the Lowveld, but it's very thick. And there's lots of spaces between homes that are filled with bush, and I really love that. But there's also lots of snakes and lots of critters running around all
Mm.
over the place. So there was this pair of stray cats at an uncle's house, a mother and father, and they had three kittens. So these three kittens are on the other side of this fence and they're coming through to meet the parents who are by me. However, the path that they were using had a millipede across it. And for the kitten, it was the length of the kitten, right? They were brand new. They
Oh
were
my
like 3 weeks old. And so the first kitten comes through. I feel like this is a Goldilocks story. The first kitten comes through and looks at this millipede, checks it out, and then just walks around it. Very chilled. The second one comes through, staring at this millipede. Could not do it. Trying everything, lifting one paw, no, step back, lifting the other, no, step back. Tries to turn around and go like backwards of it, can't do it. Eventually turns around and just goes back under the fence the other way. Second one, the
Mm-hmm.
last one comes through, sees the millipede, again tries, and then does this humongous leap to go
Oh,
over the millipede.
shame.
And I thought it was the cutest thing ever because it really spoke to how the same species, same family, same litter can have different personalities. The way in which they approach life and these different obstacles is dependent on their individuality, you know? It was lovely. End of my cat story.
No, and it's a really good one. Like you would think so. Turtle, however, it's good that she's a pet because I don't know if those genes would have survived in the wild. She wants to catch and kill everything. So she's an indoor / catio cat. But she taps the millipede so much so that they, when they pretend to be snakes. That's my favorite when millipedes do that. Okay, wait. We've got one more clip and we have to go through it. I keep taking my watch because otherwise Kirsten's going to shout at me. But there are frogs or toads singing a beautiful chorus. So let's go try and identify them.
I'm going to do very bad. Oh. Ooh. Those termites or ants? Termites.
So these are eastern olive. Well, I can hear eastern olive toads calling in the background, and that's mating frogs.
Yeah, do these not look? These don't they also look like eastern olive toads? They've got that what do you call it? What's the name of that sac behind the eye? I know lots of toads have them.
Oh my gosh, the parotid gland. That one.
The parotid gland.
Parotid, yeah, that one. That contains the bufotoxins. Yes.
Yes. Oh, there's
those
some.
Ones. So yeah, they do. But then we also get the eastern. So we got the eastern olive toad, the raucous, and the guttural that all look quite similar. But those ones. Oh, did you see that? Mating
No,
and the female, which is the one down below, just grabbed the termite as well. Had a snack. These look like harvested termites. The way that they're collecting vegetation too. So that was amazing. So we're going to start to see so much more of this. There you see. Oh, try again. That one just not giving up. Like, yeah, go bite the toad and see how that works out for you. Oh, pretty well, actually. So this is great. This is awesome. Yeah, I mean, fascinating in a number of different ways because with amphibians, there's no internal fertilization at all. So basically, the male is sitting on the female, and as she releases eggs, typically, then the sperm is deposited over that. But I love the fact that they was eating at the same time. That was awesome. Why not take an opportunity?
I mean, it also kind of in my head, I was seeing this headline, like a harvested termite newspaper, where it says termites missing, no evidence. They're just like gone. It was like a UFO came and beamed them up.
Oops. Yeah, just missing forever. Very funny stuff. That's why nature provides so much more entertainment when there are small things that you can watch. But we have gone over time, and but this is the story of our lives. We need to do the show for at least an hour. But I hope you enjoyed it and learned a couple of things and also shared a few laughs with us. But Trish, thank you so much. It's good to see you. I hope you recuperate well in Johannesburg and don't get up too early tomorrow morning.
Thank you very much, Taylor, and thanks for taking on the big girl duties today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. You'll have to rate my services. But anyways, everybody, we'll see you again next Thursday.
Oh,
otherwise,
Taylor,
have a wonderful end.
There
Bye.
we go. Bye. Bye.